rolling.
Yeah, we're rolling.
Hello.
Rolling. Sorry.
Hello.
Rolling. Hello.
Perfectly
Hello.
synced.
You're right. Brilliant. That's
And
textbook.
welcome to Fireside Chat number 12.
Number 12.
Number 12 is going to start with a rant by me.
Yes, I was talking about this DVD I saw the other day, and I'm going to rant about it. Not that one.
No, not...
No.
No.
Okay,
not,
sorry.
Not that one. I'm going to rant about this. This is a product I received as a sample. Now, I don't know if the camera can pick this up. I'm going to go back
We've
to
got a new feature. John Cam.
John Cam.
John Cam.
Right, okay.
John Cam. Now we can do a zoom in on this particular shoddy product that's upset Jeremy.
Shoddy,
so
I think,
much.
is a polite way of
Here we are.
describing
I'm
it.
zooming in on the shoddy product.
Okay, first of all, it's on a curve. This would make a good skateboard park if it was bigger. And secondly, you can see how all this stuff is blistering. But
oh, look, yeah, actually that is quite dreadful.
But I've got a few other points that I'd like to make about this. This is a prop of Ali Bongo's, and it's been put out with no permission from Ali's estate. It's a very clever idea. Basically, the audience are only ever aware of 3 of the panels.
Some kind of switch folder, is it?
Yeah. So you'd only be aware of, say, those 3, and you could put a silk handkerchief in there, and when you open it a little bit later, you open it that way, and the silk has changed colour or vanished.
Okay,
so it's a utility prop. This is one of the worst made props I have ever seen. It is truly dreadful. No attempt has been made. I can
honestly say I could do better myself.
No attempt has been made to make
Let's
it.
just have a look at that. John Cam. John Cam. Look at the state of that. Look at the state of that one there.
I know. Now I have to say that I have here Ali's original, which frankly isn't made a lot better. Ali gave me this. And when I say it's not made a lot better, it didn't need to be.
Let's have a look.
It was serving its purpose.
It's a lot better than the one you've
because
shown.
It was to do a lecture. It was to show a lecture. And I actually used this as the basis when we put this in the book, The World of Children's Magic. But this was Ali's original. He gave it to me because he was hoping that we would put it out at some stage, which I've never actually got round to doing. But that is the
Someone
original.
has.
Someone, and I won't specify exactly who it is, but this dreadful shoddy piece of rubbish, I hope nobody will buy it. It also goes out under the name of the Poof wallet, presumably because poof, it's gone, or it arrives, or something or other. And,
so rating?
Rating. This is not a worker of the week.
No.
Not a worker of the week.
Still, so
out of 5 stars, I think this gets a minus quantity.
So a -5 out of 5.
For the Poof wallet. And while we're on the subject of props that don't do what they are supposed to do, I want to just talk about Springy wands. Now a Springy wand, here's a very nice looking one. A Springy wand has one thing to do, which is it should bend, and it's a comedy prop, as you know and as I know. There is a problem with this, apart from the fact that it looks very nice, and I'll show you what it is. So far we see...
I can spot it. I think I've spotted it.
What?
It's not bending.
It's not bending. They have made it out of a spring, but they have misunderstood the fact that to make it a good comedy prop, you are supposed to make it bend. This one, because I often buy these samples just to see what they're actually like, is just the same. It bends if you do that, but it doesn't bend otherwise. So if you bought one of these, you are being cheated of a great comedy prop. This is the one that we put out.
Give it to a child and it's just...
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the one that we put out. These are made in Germany.
So, well, let's have the test. Give it to me then.
Okay, so I
never thought I'd say that to Jeremy. There we go.
Oh! Look at that!
Well, imagine the comedy possibilities of that.
Yes.
It reminds me of something, but I'm not sure what. Okay. I don't know, I've gone a bit saucy, I'm sorry.
So the point that I'm making with both of these is you can buy something, I don't know what the Poof wallet sells for, it might be £5. If you bought that...
Ew, it's £5 down the drain,
it is
isn't it?
£5 down the drain. It is an extremely expensive prop because it's rubbish. It doesn't do what it says. These don't do what they say because they don't deliver.
So
they don't bend. So although it looks like...
So this isn't available from Practical?
No.
No.
And nor are these two.
Not a Practical product.
But this one, you'll find it under the Springy wand, most certainly is the best one on the market. So just be careful what you buy, because you can think that you're buying something worthwhile, but it is what it says it is, and these palpably aren't.
Back in my Supreme days, we had a guy in the packing room called Nick, and we started to get him breakaway wands back, and they were coming back completely rigid. People were saying these breakaway ones don't break, and it was purely because we had a guy in the packing room. I went down to check, and I said, Nick, what's with the breakaway ones? And he said, well, they're all loose. Oh, you tighten them up. I tighten them up before they go. I always tighten them up. And he was tight.
Was he Welsh?
Yeah, he was well, Pakistani Welsh. He tightened them up before they go, and he said, oh, I've got a bit Irish there. He used to tighten them. And
so we've now offended...
He would send them out. Well, we offend all races on this podcast. It's a podcast now, apparently. But he tightened them up, and they were absolutely rigid. And it was just a fact that somebody in the packing room didn't know.
So people were getting these...
was supposed to do.
And couldn't loosen them off at all.
No, and so, I mean, I think sometimes people make these things, they have no idea what they're supposed to do in the first place.
No.
That's...
So there we are, Springy ones. Anyway, I want to talk about, or I want John to talk about actually, Quadro Chick, which we've been filming this afternoon.
We filmed it, a little routine with the Quadro Chick. If you've seen Gary Dunn's DVD, we talked about it on, was it the last one we talked about it on the last Fireside chat, maybe the one before, I'm not sure. And it's the one with the little, let's bring him out, look at him, here he is, look at him, look at his little face.
These were the brainchild of Huey O'Neill, and they called himself Quadro, hence the fact that this is a Quadro Chick.
It's a Quadro Chick. And
it was popularised, not invented by, but popularised by John Allen, and it's with John's permission that we're putting these out.
Sit! I've been playing with this all morning.
But there's something that we wanted to point out, because one of the key things about the Quadro Chick is that it picks up a card. And when you get these, you might feel that the beak doesn't actually... I
broke it, Jeremy. I didn't.
The beak doesn't actually fall flat right onto the card, because it seems to be at an angle like that.
Yeah.
However...
You can pick it up. It's... There we go.
There we
go. There we are. It's just a case of working each one you've got. And,
every single one of these is fractionally different.
Slightly different. If you pull this one's head back a little bit, he'll pick the card up like that. There we go. And he's got his card. Way.
And it's simply a question of getting used to the one that you have.
He's happy about that, isn't he? Look at that.
By the time that this is on the...
what card did you get? Way. 4 of hearts. Look at that. He's so pleased with himself. Look at him.
By the time you watch this, it should be on the. This should be on our website.
This is actually one that was returned.
Because it wouldn't pick it up.
Because it wouldn't pick the card up, and I used it for the demonstration that we just filmed.
Because it does actually.
One take, and.
Well, it was one final.
And there we are. Whoa!
One final take and 15 other takes, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, but not. He picked the card up in one take.
But it does actually.
Oh, you missed it.
No, don't blame the puppet. It's not real. It's not real. While we were at Blackpool, because we're back from Blackpool a couple of weeks ago, while I was there, I was speaking to Chris Somerville, who runs the Harlequin Puppet Theatre up in Ross-on-Sea, near Colwyn Bay. And one of the things he said was, one of the things he liked about Fireside, he actually found something he liked about Fireside Chat.
Somebody watches it?
Well, Chris Somerville obviously does.
Yeah.
And,
hi, Chris.
He probably isn't watching.
Big shout out to Chris Somerville.
But he said one of the things that he liked about it was when we actually went back and looked at a prop that maybe had been out for quite some time, and maybe people don't realise just what fun there is to be had out of it. And one of the ones that I was performing at Blackpool was Teacher's Pet. This is the one where you claim to count 3 plus 3 plus 3 and it equals 8, and you say, well, I'll prove it to you, because it really does count to 8. And this was when you were at school, which is why you were Teacher's Pet. So you race around the classroom and you collect 3 handkerchiefs, which is what these silks are, and you say, I'll prove to you that they actually add up to 8. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You see? And it's great because you've got a lot of inbuilt humour. The children will be screaming at you because they know very well that 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 9, and they will be dying to show you.
And you can do all different ways. Yeah,
But it's such a simple count. You count normally the first time 1, 2, 3. Second time 4, 5. But instead of taking this one across in this hand, you simply hold it up 6, 7, 8, and done to a nice steady rhythm. It's a great gag. And then of course you say, well, I said all along that it added up to 9. There we are, just what I said, and you're trying to hide this one.
The kid comes and does it properly, doesn't he? The
That's
system
right.
comes out.
And you say, well, I told you it added up to 9, and eventually the kids want to know what's on the back of this, and you say, well, if you got it wrong, I'll have been very annoyed. But of course everybody knows if you get something right in school, you get a big tick.
A big tick.
And there it is. And there's another little gag that you can throw in, which is nice. You say 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 8,
no,
as
8,
everybody
sorry.
8,
Yeah.
as everybody knows. You'll be telling me in a moment that I've only got 10 fingers and thumbs, and everybody knows I've actually got 11. Very easy.
I know that one.
10, 9, 8,
7,
7, 6, and 5 here, 11. See, very easy. So there we are, a classic revisited teacher's pet. I think it's a cracking trick, and there it also comes with the compliments of practical magic, because if you notice, we have got red, yellow or orange if you prefer, and green. Comes with the traffic light routine, road safety routine from Trevor Lewis. So there we are.
So,
and that brings us on
Worker of the Week.
to Worker of the Week. I think it's very, very good. Nesting ones. Now you were going to say something about these, weren't you?
Oh, it's just a new set that's in this, which I like very much, compared to the
coloured ones.
The coloured one, because I like just like to have a normal looking wand in the show.
But these are different because they're not just.
They're different. They're all the same length. So as you pull them out, they all come out and they're all the same length. They're far more like the original ones that Bev Bergeron invented in the first place. And
you saw Bev actually do it.
I saw him do this in Florida in January, and he has an unusual way of doing it, where the ones sort of appear fast and furious in the child's hands. I always did it behind the back. I always used to put the ones behind the child's back and then bring it out, put it in his hand and say, "You've got your one, there you go." And as I walked away, there'd be one left in my hand, and the kids would be saying, "You've got another one, you've got another one." So it was a bit of look, don't see there. Then I pulled this one out behind his back, so this was still hidden. Put that in his other hand, walk away again, and I'm left holding that one. It drew it out a little bit rather than the way of just pulling them out one by one. And of course it makes it easy to pull them out, because when they're nested, you've got them all standing proud of one another like that. So
you were making the point this afternoon that you feel a lot of people just say to the child, there's a wand, oh look, there's another one, and it rather throws the whole thing away.
Yeah.
So there are ways of doing it. In fact, we filmed this afternoon with me playing the part of a small child. Indifferently, I hasten to add.
Did it very well.
And we've just been talking about a few. This is a prop-based episode of Fireside Chat, but there was one other small item, which are these wonderful comedy scissors. These are the brainchild of Stanley Watson, who put them out as golden fun shears at a time when they were brazed a golden colour. And anybody who does any sort of rope routine, these are comedy gold, because first of all the child can't open them because they're just locked in position, and then once they've actually, when you've shown them how to get them open, force them open, then they can't get them to close, and yet you can quite easily do so. So they're not a trick in themselves, they're not intended to be a trick in themselves, they are simply a great comedy prop, which is an addition to...
fearsome looking scissors as well.
Well, they are, but of course that makes it nice and visual, because you need something that you can actually see in a larger hall or a stage or whatever it might be. So there we are, some really good comedy cut, no cut scissors.
Yeah, they go on and off the market all the time, these, so get them while they're available.
Because they haven't been around for a long time.
No, they've been hard to get hold of.
So there we are.
The golden fun shears were long sought for after they went off the market. Yeah,
Because
great.
Supreme used to put these out. didn't
Yeah, as golden
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 Fun
fun shears, because the Spring ones were coloured gold.
Mm.
But I think the company who made the scissors went bust, and then they couldn't make them anymore.
So there we are. Started with a rant about.
Oh, we're going to end with the rant.
Oh, are we?
Yes.
What are we going to rant about now?
We're going to rant about this DVD that I saw, which clearly rips off. Well, it may be controversial, but that's how I feel. So,
Well, you've said it now.
I've
John.
said it. It's out there.
You'll have to stand by.
I will stand by my opinion.
Brave man.